An image of a wonderful life, it's not what you should buy a program. You should get a program because the techniques and the products really is going to help you in your life. And that's what you like to do.
We all have insecurities and fear. So the question is, how do you get over them? It's time to explore and identify what's holding you back from your greatest potential. On this podcast, your host, Iris Janet, shows you how to use NLP, meditation, and energy to move past your obstacles.
This is episode number 21. Am I spending too much money and time in self-development? Hello, my friends. This is Firefly by Iris Janet. If you are new here, welcome. And to all, thank you for listening. If you find this episode of a great value, and if you know someone who may be inspired by this message, please copy and share with them. And also, don't forget to download and subscribe to www.fireflybyIrisJanet.com and download your PDF with positive affirmation that will help you begin your day. Also, this is just by entering your email address. I am super happy and delighted with our audience. Not only I have so many great reviews, but we rank number 206 in the best self-development podcast in Philippines. So I'm super grateful and happy to know that my message reaches any corner of the universe, bringing inspiration and motivation to a fulfilled life. And I was questioning the other day, am I spending too much money on self-development? Am I spending too much time? When is the right time and what program should I buy for self-development? Today, I'm going to share with you what I find out and what was my conclusion. Gaining self-esteem and losing weight, improving relationships, achieving success, getting rich, or finding happiness are just a few of the ways in which people want to change their life. So there's time in life when we think that we need like extra knowledge or more information. And we go online and we look for self-development programs or classes or degrees to pursue. But when is that right moment to actually say, I think I'm ready to learn. And I think this is a program for me. This is the program that actually is going to benefit me. And there's many factors when we are looking for self-development, for personal unsatisfaction. Maybe we're not satisfied with what we're doing in a professional career, or for the need to get better in what we do, or simply just because we want to create a new philosophies of life. But have you been one of those people that buy everything that they see online and at the end, they don't finish the program? Or are you one of those who get impressed by those guarantee programs, that if you don't get the results, they give you your money back? There's programs out there that guarantee you that you will change your life. That it will change your life forever. And some of them, yes, they do change your life. But the change and the commitment is actually within you. Also, there's programs that they have. It's actually a good marketing technique, and they know how to sell you the program. But when you see to take the program, it's super lame and do not offer what you were expecting. It's only like record videos that the creator made like 10 years ago. Probably the techniques are already old. And this show is not a version of the best business bureau type of show to evaluate a product, but actually to evaluate your process in evaluating your decisions when you're getting into self-development. So do you know that the highest profitable product out there, the highest profitable product out there is self-development? Do you know that the self-development industry market size was valued at over 38 billion in 2020 and is projected to reach 55 billion by 2028. Also, women, we are the one that spend the most on self-development. And the reason why I decided to talk, because I'm going to tell you the reasons why this is happening, why is self-development in such a high demand. But the reason why I decided to talk about this issue is because every subject that I bring here, I have experience. I would not bring you a subject that I had not experienced because this podcast is about based in my life experience. So in these past 2 years, I spent money in self-development program. I spent a lot of time in self-development program. And of course, maybe the fact it have to do with that we have 2 years, in quarantines. And also that I I started my own business within like 2, 3 years ago. But I have to say, some of those things that are bad, I could learn it by myself. So I tell you how it is. I tell you the good and the bad. Some of those things I could learn it by myself by just searching and reading. And the internet have everything out there. You can get everything you want online. However, there are some things that you will not understand unless someone else explain you. For example, when I took the neuro linguistic programming certification, that program was necessary for me to be taking it with a professor because it's of clinical and technical matter. And plus, I was super grateful. I'm super grateful with the coaching hub and the professors. They were excellent and of a high quality. The price was super economic and the value of the program was super high. So the value of the content was super high and the price for the program was very economic. But why self-development is good for us? Personal development is a way to better understand yourself. So first, I would say first read of what you want to improve. That's what I did. I wanted to improve more in my spirituality and I want to improve more in my knowledge of myself. So I started reading more about it. And it's good to read books and scientific articles and watch documentaries about it or listen to webinars about the things that you want to develop. The more that you know, the easier the change will come. And also find a mentor, find someone who have a friend or someone who you know, they already have knowledge of that and experience with that, with something that whatever it is that you want to learn, you know, somebody who knows something about that, that he can give you their perspective. Reflect at the end of the day, at least take like 5 days to reflect at the end of the day on that decision that you want to make. Because when you act by impulse, it can bring you regret. So it give yourself time before you purchase anything. Don't go by impulse. Oh, you have 24 hours and you have to buy that program now so you can save 150. No, just take your time. If the program is gone in 24 hours, well, you know what? That program was not for you. Take your time, read about it. If the marketing technique of that person that is selling you that program only has 24 hours for you to make the decision, that means that he wants to trap you in something right away, because they should start this marketing technique within a month before the sale is over. So it gives the audience the time to study about it, research about it, and make a wise decision. So anyone that sell you a time of 24 hours, so you have to buy this now, you lose the sale, forget it. They want to get you into something. Now, also remember that you will need to create a strong practice routine and be sure that you will be committed to that program, because it's not enough to simply have the knowledge. You have to put it into practice. So start implementing a new daily habit before you get into the program, so you know that you're going to be committed to that to allow you to reach your goal. And stay honest with yourself. You are your own judge. Don't lie to yourself, but also be kind with yourself and appreciate every little changes you have made so far in your life. It's not that you haven't done nothing with it in your life, but sometimes we compare ourselves to other people and we start thinking, oh, maybe I can be like that person that is selling that show. It looks like their life is fantastic. It looks like they're making a lot of money. Well, let me tell you, those people that sell you how to make more money, how to unblock your limited thinking, how to own your own business, how to manifest whatever, they also have problems like you. And like they say, doctors get sick too. So don't compare yourself with them. They are selling you a program that they are good onto it. In their life, they also have their own problems and difficulties like you do. So an image of a wonderful life, it's not what you should buy a program. You should get a program because the techniques and the products really is going to help you in your life. And that's what you like to do. Now, the other side of the coin is that self-improvement keep a consumer. Consuming self-help, those self-help resources may seem like a dependable way to fast track your development. However, it's essential not to fall into the trap of passively consuming these resources and forgetting to actually apply them later in your life or in the way that you are intended. And also, it happened with books. Sometimes we have hundreds of books of self-development and we don't even read them. And they're past 10 years after. Now you want to read them, and all those techniques are old. A new development of that subject is out there, and you don't even know. So overconsumption can certainly defeat its purpose. Okay, so don't overconsume the self-development. Do as what you need and what you can do. Remember, you are here to grow financially or spiritual, whatever it is that is your goal, not to get into more issues that later will make you doubt your judgment. Numerous articles have been writing about the hypocrisy and downright dishonesty of self-help gurus and their services and products. So all these tips I give you are to help you avoid these problems. Make the right decision for your self-adventure. Remember what I have mentioned to you in this podcast before many times, and is to watch what you are thinking, right? That you are thinking positive. So it's the same thing with self-development. You have to watch what you're thinking. If you say to yourself, I'm going to lose this much weight, and you buy this program, or I'm going to make this money, and you buy this program, but then another thought comes and you say, no, you're not, you're going to fail, you're not good for this. Now you have a battle. And it's important also to be positive and avoiding the imposter syndrome. But let me tell you my experience. When I started working and learning about positive thinking, it was a time that I was policing my thought. I was policing my thoughts so much that it became overwhelming. And that was not the idea of positive thinking. I also was concerned of not thinking in the past and not thinking in the future. And that was not the right concept of thinking positive and to avoid the past or the future. The concept is to avoid when you are in doubt, when you're thinking in the past and you are in doubt, or when you have the addiction to always thinking the worst. That's what you don't want to get into the past. Getting too caught up in your mental chatter, can inhibit you from taking action when you're going to do a self-development program. So don't get too much into thinking that you're not going to be able to apply to this program. Think positive, believe in yourself, but also don't get too caught up in your mental chatter and start thinking, oh my gosh, I'm thinking too much. So in my case, when I find myself that I was policing my mind, what I said, hey, stop it. And I changed that to having a conversation with my mind. So what I did, it was that I took the opposite action. So what I did is that I would start reflecting in what I was thinking. So if I was thinking I'm not going to lose weight, for example, if I get into a program to lose weight and then I say, oh no, I'm not going to be able to do this. I talk to myself to that thought and I said, no, I lose weight when I had my last baby, so I can do it again. Instead of policing my mind, I was just reasoning with my thought. And in regards to the past and the future, it's more of what you are thinking of the past and the future. If you remember the past that make you feel guilty or depressed, that's the past that we should not visit. But thinking in the past of great memories, like when I have my first child, that was a beautiful moment. It brings me happiness and great emotions. That's the past that you want to visit. And in the future, it will be the same thing. In the future, if it's to create anxiety, no. But if it's to create beautiful future with exciting and happy moments, yes, go for it. So it is not about engaging with your thought and arguing with your thought. It's about reflecting with your thought. It's about grounding in action to settle. So in summary, self-development have helped me make improvement in my life and keep my personal growth in shape. But making the decision with a conscious and mindful way have saved me money, time, and makes me feel proud of my development and who I become. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Firefly by Iris Janet. Thank you for listening, and remember, emit your light and attract all your desires.